talk about how bad Trump's brain is right now?
I don't even know who the hell is president.
I mean, the man doesn't even drink alcohol, and yet is somehow slurring his words worse than a drunken sailor.
And you know what I'm going to let Eagle undo unless you people do.
And folks, I can't even call it cognitive decline anymore, because what Trump displayed at his Michigan rally last night was so much worse. It was essentially a cognitive explosion. Worse even than the explosions he has in his diaper. And it got so bad, as we'll see, that Fox News, for the second time this week, was forced to cut away and try their absolute damnedest to sane wash the nonsense he was spewing. So let's take a page out of the Shrinking Trump playbook here and attempt to break down Trump's cognitive dysentery. Drop a like on the video if you appreciate the coverage of Trump's further descent into madness that unfortunately you really won't see called out on the mainstream media, and let's get right into it.
This is madness!
Now, as Forrest Gump's wise mama once said,
"Almost as stupid as a stupid does."
And crazy attracts even crazier, which is why the only person who could possibly open for Trump at this event was the almost as insane, and in some ways more so, RFK Jr.
Wow, the Democratic Party spent tens of millions of dollars to defame me, to publish perjuries against me, to publish fake news against me, to marginalize me, to make me look like a crazy person.
Yeah, honestly, that was a waste of money on the Democrats' part. You don't need to spend tens of millions of dollars to make this guy look like a nut job. You just have to let him speak.
And who was the biggest perpetrator of lies during the COVID epidemic? It was the government itself. They were the ones promoting disinformation and misinformation.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that has him in check, but you're going to test it.
President, don't you want a president who believes in democracy? Teens today have 50% of the sperm count, 50% of the testosterone as teens, American teens 2 generations ago. The average girl in this country is now reaching puberty between 10 and 13 years old. That's 6 years younger than a couple generations ago, and it is the youngest of any nation in the world. We are destroying our children, and that was the major reason. His commitment, Donald Trump's commitment, to make America healthy again.
All right, setting aside Junior here talking about the sperm count of teenage boys and girls going through puberty while Trump was probably backstage making a pass at either his own daughter or a 10-year-old.
You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years.
How the is Ronald McDonald Trump gonna make the country healthy again?
What are 2 things you do to stay healthy?
Well, I used to play golf a little bit. I try and eat properly. I do the best, and I try and get some. I do, but proper hamburgers. I like perhaps all of the wrong food.
What do you think he's gonna do? Open his exclusive golf courses to everyone as part of his fight against obesity campaign? He's far too greedy for that.
My whole life I've been greedy. I've grabbed all the money I could get. I'm so greedy.
And maybe RFK Jr. would know that if his brainworm hadn't clearly done a number on his prefrontal cortex. But moving on, let's get into the main event.
But nothing is gonna slow him down. And you know what? The godly are as bold as lions. And to me, I see a President Trump who is getting closer and closer to God.
Oh, really? Well, that's funny, because a bunch of evangelicals actually just put out a devastating ad about how they're defecting from Trump because he couldn't be further from God.
I am tired of watching meanness, bigotry, and recreational cruelty be the worldly witness of our faith to a watching world.
In fact, the only way he's actually getting any closer to God is the fact that he's 78 and will soon be getting rejected at the pearly gates. Now that's a wall I can get behind. And despite that reporter claiming nothing was slowing him down, she clearly hadn't seen what we're about to, because something was definitely slowing him down, and that was himself.
We have only one good thing about this, is they make our criminals look like very nice people. These are hardened, horrible criminals. Kamala, nobody knows her as Harris. You ever use the name Harris? Say Harris. Nobody knows who the hell I'm talking about when I say Harris. It's true. You say Harris, they don't know who the hell I'm talking about. So I won't bother with the Harris. It's a nice name. I know a couple of people named Harris. They said, but with her, you say Harris. They say, who is that? So we say Kamala. But it's bad time. She's incompetent. Have you seen her?
Who the hell is Harris? Nobody knows who she is. I can't even talk about her. By the way, have you seen this Harris lady? This man is projecting his own mental incompetence and memory issues onto his own audience. How the hell are we still here watching this man degenerate before our eyes with clear signs of cognitive decline, and yet the media has absolutely nothing to say about his degenerative, diseased brain? But Biden, the guy still currently leading the country, when he slipped up, we heard for 2 whole weeks nonstop about how he was too old and maybe he wasn't fit for office. Give me a break. Listen to this lunatic still talking about his debunked Springfield lies.
32,000 people. You have 50,000 residents. Beautiful place, beautiful, nice town, no crime, no nothing. They now have 32,000 people dumped into the town, and he's trying to say, we're working very hard to make it comfortable for them. No. Those people have to be taken out and brought back to the country from where they came. I'm sorry.
Those people that you've demonized and put in danger for the sake of fake news rage baiting all came here legally at the request of the town, boomed its economy so much they had to raise property values, and they needed more federal support to build up their community and house its regrowing population.
In the J.D. Vance campaign, we have prepared a statement. We mean no disrespect to the hardworking people of Haiti. Listen, it's simple. We love immigration. We just don't want illegal immigration. Now, the Haitian community has immigrated here legally, and we think that should be illegal. Ever since the Haitians have arrived, they've been dressing like prom every day. They're buying groceries from local businesses, and property values have skyrocketed. Oh, wait, they're going up? All right, so property values are going up because the Haitians are paying above market rent on time with money. Money that they've earned from taking black jobs, I guess. We're from the J.D. Vance campaign. That's our official motto.
And there's a great place, and they have a place like Tesla and others. They're fantastic, but
I'm sorry, Tesla? Sounds more like someone's been hitting the Kessler. But that's the thing. He doesn't drink. He's saying this stuff, slurring all his words, forgetting things, rambling, repeating the same tired lines because he is mentally ill. And because he's so incompetent, he can't even vocalize any semblance of a coherent thought or policy.
Under my plan, American workers will no longer be worried about losing your jobs to foreign nations. Foreign nations will be worried about losing their jobs to America, because we're going to take a lot of those companies back, a lot of new companies coming in. I want German car companies to be American car companies. I want them to build their cars in this country, not in Germany. I want Asian electronics companies to become Michigan electronics companies. And I want every manufacturer that has left us to be filled with regret, and you're going to become racing back after we do what we're doing.
What the hell does that even mean, Donald? I understand your affinity for the Germans, but how the hell are you going to force other countries to work against their own national interests and make them do business here? Tariffs? Really? A direct tax on American consumers that will destroy trade relations with other countries and make the U.S. a terrible place for them to conduct business so they cut their losses? You do understand that Germany and Asian electronic companies don't operate under the America First ideology because they're not America. Actually, I don't think he understands that at all. Frankly, I don't think he understands anything other than the McDonald's dollar menu. And it's just like Mark Cuban said the other day.
Think about what happens when Donald comes out and says, I'm going to put a 10% cap on credit card interest rates. The next thing that happens isn't that he explains why, it's that everybody around him explains what he says. He can't explain it for himself. Everybody's got to explain for him.
Someone always has to come in and try to explain all the shit that he's spewing because none of it makes any sense. Cue Fox News again.
She'll make a little statement and then run away.
All right, there we have it. Former President Donald Trump and the current GOP candidate for the presidency again is in Walker, Michigan right now, and he is really focusing in on this new crime data that was released from ICE.
Focusing? The only thing that man is focusing on is breathing. And excuse the French here, but this is insane. And it is a daily occurrence for this guy. He can't go more than 24 hours without some insane gaffe, repeating the same old tired nonsense, slurring his words without being able to blame it on the alcohol, and descending further into madness. Full stop. We have been calling this out for months here at Really American, and it is a damn shame that the mainstream media is at best not doing that, and at worst, downright platforming his mental decline and then trying to pawn it off as coherent policy. It is disgusting and disgraceful, and if you agree, definitely check out Shrinking Trump, where our hosts and renowned psychologists have been documenting Trump's decline on a weekly basis. And please subscribe to the Really American channel so you actually hear about this utter insanity, and for God's sake, share this far and wide so people can truly see how scrambled Trumpty Dumpty's egghead brain is. Thanks for watching, folks. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse, and I'll see you all in the next one.